Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Monday, October 27th, 2014. Well, last Friday was new home sales, I believe it was, and the number came in slightly better than expected. There were 6,000 more new homes built than what they expected, which is a good sign. It would have been better sign with a bigger surprise, but I wouldn't say that that's a surprise. That's probably kind of in line. For today, actually this week, there's just stars all over the place. It looks like the center of the Milky Way here. But for today, we got pending home sales and the Dallas Fed manufacturing survey, both of which do have gold stars on them, which may be market affecting, or as they say down here, merits extra attention. Okay, but the rest of the week we got some busy stuff with the biggie on Wednesday with Auntie Ellen's meeting results, which besides some earnings plays that I'm thinking about putting some simulated bets on just for fun, there's this particular announcement which could put some bets on that too, because I'm sure that the market's going to move after that. Okay, but on which underlying? I don't know, and I may have to think about that. Alright, moving on. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Economy on track for its best growth in 9 years. Alright, that's interesting. Asia, actually, I would say this is a little bit more bearish than bullish. These are some big, fairly hefty negative numbers there. And in Europe, actually I'm a little bit surprised at this, negative across the board. Anything else here? Will the Fed delay the end of QE? I think it's supposed to end this month, isn't it, or next month? I just can't believe that they would do that to their banking friends. It's too sweet for them. And there's some other interesting things here. I was reading this article here to see exactly what it is. Elon Musk says that artificial intelligence is a threat, even while he's developing a car that drives itself. Yeah. Sounds to me like he's a threat. Let's take a look at what is going on here in the U.S. Bring up the big four along with this information here. It looks like we might gap down just a tad. Things were looking more flat a couple minutes ago. And gold down 80 and oil up a nickel overnight. And the euro US dollar, we're going to start watching this. So right now it would cost $1.26 of US dollars to buy 1 euro. Doesn't seem right, does it? Being over here in the US, you would think the dollar would be worth more, because we got, where is the dollar here? I thought I had it down here. Help me find it, you guys. What happened? Here, DX, is that the dollar? Yeah. Dollar index is at 85. So let's see what happened overnight here on the ES. Trailing down here, I think probably at the Europe Open. Started to pull back right away. Gold, nothing exciting happened overnight. Oil, nothing exciting happened. And the VIX is starting to climb up at a whopping 17.4. Alright, enough of that one. Let's go to the monitor tab. We still have our rut trade open Friday, and I didn't put it on, I didn't tweet it out. But remember when I was talking about the Google trade that day? We get in right away in the morning. We can take a look at that when we get to Google on our A+ scan. So let's start out with that right away. The earnings plays, I think I'm probably going to post them on my blog. So if you subscribe to the blog, you'll get that, but not until tonight, which would be a little bit too late, I guess. Because is anybody today? I don't think anybody is today. Okay, I'll think something. I'll think up something in order to get this to you. Let's even these out. I guess I didn't notice that they weren't evened out. There we go. All right. Here's Apple. Apple's moving up. We have a target set down here. I think I want to expand that a little bit more. We're going to start paying attention to the weeklies a little bit more also, the weekly chart. Alright, so here we are with Apple. We have a target down here. It's probably going to take it a little bit longer, so I'm going to slide this out into the future a tad. Amazon, in a downtrend, but they just had earnings, so we're going to wait on that. Wait for a cycle here. Let's remove all drawings, and then we're going to look for something up here in this area about this time frame. Maybe by the end of this week it can make a little bit of a move back up and give us an entry. Boeing, just had their earnings, so we're waiting here. Where do we think Boeing is going? Oh, that sort of rhymes, doesn't it? We think Boeing is going down, so let's throw a target in up here. It's got a nice trend to it, nice strong movement. So we're thinking probably a 50 delta would work out pretty well here. We had a possibility of one here, but it was a new part of the trend. I'm using the Hull moving average, and I have it set at 50 periods, just in case you're wondering. I'm playing with that time period for right now for my trading. I think it actually acts a lot like the 20 EMA, only a little bit smoother. Okay, and so we have a target set up here for Boeing. BIDU has earnings this week, 27th after the market, which is today. So my bet, I would bet on, I'm betting that this is going to pop to the upside overnight. That's my bet on BIDU. And part of the reason why I was been looking at volume, and the down volume is not as strong, or there's not as much down volume as there is up volume. And the way that I look at that, look at this right quick here, is I have this chart set up here, and let's look at BIDU. And this is a volume average that I have here. And when I look at the green bars versus the red bars. At least lately, the green bars are much stronger than the red bars, or higher, taller. There's more volume on up days than there is on down days, on the big days. And all the rest of these days are like 6 of one, half dozen of another. These 3 days here were pretty significant, but I'm just looking at the big ones. And there's one big red one back here, but for the most part, they're all green. This is a 10 period moving average of the volume, and it's been kind of quiet lately. There's a lot of volume here. That's probably because of earnings back here. There's a lot of volume on the earnings here, and this is a daily, this is a weekly chart, I'm sorry. So I'm looking at a pop to the upside, maybe similar to this particular move right here. That would be my bet on BIDU. And I think that's the only one that has it today out of the ones that I'm looking at. The rest are tomorrow. Looking at Express Scripts, which I used to trade, and WYNN, WYNN. Express Scripts is ESRX. I think I'll put them in my notes for today, and I'll tell you where I'm betting on them. And that's what it is a bet. We have a lot of up momentum here on BIDU on this weekly chart. I just think that it's going to pop up that way. Okay, Chipotle. Chipotle had earnings. Looks like it's in a pretty strong downtrend, even though, well, we topped out here on the weekly, and it looks like it's going to be pulling back, and we don't know where the floor is going to be, but I would imagine it might be here around 600. So we're at 610 right now. I have a 50 delta target up here that we're moving towards. Excuse me there. Okay, Costco. It looks a lot like Chipotle. Heading towards our 50 delta here. We're just going to give it a little bit extra time. Take a look at the Dow at our, there it is again. You know, and I keep going up here and saying save layout or whatever it is, and these things keep coming back. But anyway, we're right up here at this resistance on this channel, so let's see if it comes back down. Gold not cooperating. There was a possible entry here. We did not get confirmation on the MACD, so we're just going to wait. I'm going to put it back on my list for today as a possible bull put, and I'm hoping that there'll be more trades and better looking trades than this particular one, because I'm not like all hot about this particular play, but it is on my list because, man, it fits. Okay, Google. Was it Google that? Yeah, Google on Friday. Okay, so here's what we did. I did on Friday a bull put at, the short was at 552.50 right here almost immediately after the open. 552, right around here, right where about where this alert is. Right here, 552.50. And I immediately after I entered into it, I put in a limit order at 5 cents to exit the short, and that's what happened. So that was a good trade. So it was 75 cents credit, and It cost me a nickel to get out of it, so it was a 70-cent gain, and I did 2 of them. So speaking of that, as long as I have you on here, here is the results from last week. So here's that trade right here, Google, 1024 in and out. And here's the results for October. But here's the thing, all these dates here are Saturdays because technically that's when the option actually expires, or at least that's what it's posted as. But it's actually based on the close. So I'm going to change this. I'll leave this as 11/1, but this is really I'm moving October out to 1 more week. So I'll just move this over into this column, and this will be actually October. So October's done pretty well. Pretty much made up for this goofball thing here in August and September when the market, when was trying to figure out what it was doing. Pretty volatile then. Should be a good trading environment, but didn't do so hot. So we're not doing too bad. I'm pretty happy with the things are right now. October was 9 winners so far and no losers. And year to date we're 84 and 59. So that's not too bad. This is up on my blog if you're interested in downloading it. Okay, let's get back to this here. So we did our trade here. So good for us, I guess. Now we're looking for another one. Actually, we can make this alertable if we want to get back into it again today. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to put an alert. I'm moving this alert at or above. Of course, it's above. Now I have to actually change the alert. It's not going to let me do that. I think there's a way to do that, but I'm looking for an alert right here, right at the low. So, new alert at or below. I kind of miss seeing the overnight action here. So the reason why I took it out is because these 78-minute bars were starting at midnight, and it wasn't really hitting me right at 9:30 in the morning. So I took that out. I could do a flex grid because I don't really look at the MACD and the stochastic down here. So I could put 2 charts over here, and one could be the overnight. Or do I even care about this chart? I'm not sure. Let me think about that. I won't change anything yet. But our alert's in here on Google. Let's go to LinkedIn. We're a little bit behind today where I like to be. We have earnings coming up. It's another one for this week. NDX, what do we got going here? We have a lot of stuff in here. I was thinking that maybe we would go with a bear call, but remember how I said my sentiment has changed? Let me get rid of these drawings. So I don't think that that's valid anymore. Get rid of this alert. Now I would be looking for a 20 delta here. There we go. 20 delta. Not ready yet, however. Netflix surprised everybody, and now I don't know, might be trying to close this gap here. So I'm taking this alert off of here. I'm still going to leave this on my 20 delta for today. But not real excited because even on the weekly we got the MACD is starting to climb up on the positive side. We have positive momentum here, so I'm going to be hesitant about that. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. For Priceline, we have earnings coming up next week. I would not bet against Priceline. Let's see how they look on that chart that I was showing you here. Actually, the down price volume bars are pretty high. So on a weekly basis, this is still 50 period. So we're looking at a 50-week average up here, moving average on price, and a 10-period moving average on volume. What are you guys seeing? You have to kind of like blur your eyes a little bit and, you know, not focus on anything. I'm seeing these red ones here look to be pretty significant, don't you think? I don't know. We got some time to think about Priceline, and we'll keep an eye on what's going on with it. Russell, if anything that we can squeeze in this week? No, I'm changing that. We're going, even I got a trade out here that might be in jeopardy. Of course, we're moving down here, so if we can lose a couple of points here and we actually go into profit on this, I may just get out of it because I'm a little bit concerned about this move here, as you can probably imagine. We got a hook up, but we don't have a match on the MACD. So let's just see how this works out for today. I do have an alert set at 11:25. SPX. There's that. Remember? Friday, that was there. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, this is very frustrating. We might be, moving average might be turning up on this as well. So we have a target set down here for 20 delta. It's not there yet. Tesla has earnings next week. Okay. And we were looking at this one. Hand alert set, and it's just not coming down to give me a bear call, so I'm just going to cancel this alert. Too many violations here. Good thing we didn't get in back there. We have earnings coming up, so let's get out of here with everything and sit back and see what happens. And Visa has earnings this week. Let's see. Yeah, this is no longer valid because of earnings this week. So what's my bet on Visa at this point would be down. So I would do a put. Just do a long put on it at the money. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, so a little bit later today, we'll take a look at BIDU. I think it was, wasn't it? That has earnings today. And figure out what we want to do. So I'm going to do a call on it. And it would be at the money. So we're talking about $700. And do analyze trade. So we have a market maker move of 12. So 222 plus 12 is 232, 234. So let's make this 234. Press enter. That would be, I'd be able to double your money, basically. Or 12 in the other direction is 200, which, it'd be 210. round it off. So, could lose 500. We're looking at 66.98% for volatility. Delta's 51. Okay, that might be the bet for today. I'm not going to lock that in. I am going to just do maybe a simulated trade later today, or I might actually do a live trade. How about that? Gutsy, huh? All right, that's it for today. Sorry for the length. Have a great day and happy trading.